Over the years, there's been a lot of public concern about chemicals in the environment. Whether those chemicals are pesticides that are meant to kill something, or whether they're drugs that end up in surface waters, or industrial chemicals that are part of drilling of oil or cooling towers. Agricultural chemical companies, industrial chemical companies, pharmaceutical companies, all of them come to a company like Wildlife International to ensure that the products that they are asking to be put on the market meet all of the regulatory requirements around the world. Wildlife International is a contract laboratory. We perform a series of tests that have been standardized throughout the world. Our goal is to find out, using representative species, how these chemicals might impact the environment. In 2009, my partner Kurt Hutchinson and I decided that it was time to look for assistance in helping us to grow. In July of 2010, we began our partnership with Riverside.
What we liked about Wildlife is it was a small little leader in a very attractive niche. Its revenues were almost entirely regulatory driven and 100% recurring in nature. There were a lot of barriers to entry. There were about 15 PhDs in this business, and a lot of these people were the absolute leaders in their field and had been with Wildlife for 25 or 30 years.
We did do a strategic planning process right off the bat. And one of the things that we learned together through this process was the tremendous value that we were delivering to our clients. And once we understood that value, it gave us the confidence to begin to raise our prices to be more commensurate with the services that we were providing. We focused on hiring the best CFO that we could, that could really end up being the COO for the business and really drive that performance and that expertise. We built out the lab space by over 60%. That allowed us to really deal with that backlog that the sales side generated as we got more and more business. But it also opened the door to build new service offerings.
We realized after 2.5 years that we had built something very special in the industry. We also had a lot of inbound interest from the marketplace, and we talked to some bankers who knew the market very well, and we felt like it was the right time to take this property to market.
Working with Riverside in the sales process was a real pleasure. We were brought in to help hire the right investment banker. They were able to maximize the price that the company received during the sale.
We sold to a strategic buyer who really valued what it was that Wildlife was doing. We got unique level of interest in this property because of how special it was at exit.
The business grew at over 50% on the top line through our 2.5 years of ownership, and it grew over 110% on the bottom line. And that was everybody just rowing the boat in the same direction and pulling in the same direction together.